And our sincere condolences to Roslyn Odede. And moving on, the county government of Kiambu is building over 20 new level 4 and level 3 hospitals that are over 80% complete, and which, once finished, will increase the county's bed capacity by over 1,500. The 200-bed capacity level 4 facilities include the revived Thogoto in Kikuyu and Rukuma in Lari, which were started in 2016, Bibironi in Limuru but installed, as well as Juja and Karori in Kiamba level 4 hospitals, which Governor Kimani Wamatangi launched in November last year.
Nimejenga hospitali moja hospitali 19 ya level 3. Nimejenga hospitali 6 ya level 4. Tuko na mahospitali sasa under renovation, 64 hospitals under renovation. Tumeweka hospital information management system na tumemaliza kujenga store ya dawa zote za kaunti ya Kiambu inakuwa hapa Ruiru, ndio hospitali zote zipate madawa.
Recently we advertised for 1,200 jobs, where in all those jobs, we are taking different cadres. We are taking doctors, we are taking nurses, we are taking pharmacists, people in the laboratory, physiotherapy, and all the cadres that will be required. We are preparing to open these facilities. Immediately they are complete, we open and operationalize them to make sure that they meet the needs of our people.
And to politics now, former Murang'a Governor Mwangi wa Iria now wants the government to investigate a new political outfit affiliated to former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua. Supporters of the former Deputy President, including elected leaders, have been recently referring to themselves as Itungati, a name given to Mau Mau warriors fighting against the colonialist. Wairia said the outfit should be investigated as it poses a serious security threat in Mount Kenya region. The group, the former governor claimed, has been holding grassroots meetings and using them to intimidate leaders into supporting them while making the ground hostile for those failing to support them.
Mtu ana ujasiri wa siasa, basi aude chama, iwe ni chama. Lakini sasa ameunda muungano ambao umepewa jina ya wale ambao walikuwa wanachinja wasungu wakati huo. Ni nani anachinjwa kwa sasa? Ni vita gani hiyo wanataka kupigana sasa? Style ya ile vita ambayo ilikuwa inapiganwa wakati huo. Wakati ambapo watu wa kanisa ambao walikuwa wanasemekana wanaungana na wasungu wakati huo ili kuleta kanisa, walikuwa wanachinjwa. Wametisha politicians ambao wamekalia viti na wengine wao wamesajiliwa. Na kila wakati wakienda kwa mkutano wanasema huyu ndiye wa hicho kikundi hapa. Sio chama, ni kikundi. Unakuja Murang'a unasema huyu ndiye, huyu na huyu na huyu ni watatu, hao ndio wenye hicho kikundi, na ndio wamepewa hasma ama ile ukubwa wa kurecruit wale wengine. Na wanatumia vitisho vile zile tu zinatumiwa kwa vikundi. Ati usipoingia hutachaguliwa katika Mlima Kenya. Juzi walisema watawakemea wale wote ambao sio members wa hicho kikundi. Hao watu mpaka wanatisha rais, wanasema ati kupitia kwa hicho kikundi rais na naibu wake hawatakanyaga Mount Kenya. Wamefika mpaka kusema hivyo.
You're watching K24 News. At this point, we take a short commercial break. We'll see you in a short while.
Wewe Mungu niteteae. utapenda wako sasa najua ungenifikia weni baba nina siri naye Yesu.
Have you watched K24? We would love to hear from you. Send us your feedback on what you like and what you don't like and why. You can use any platform to reach us. We can be reached on Facebook, Twitter and WhatsApp.
Welcome back. And Mwingi North Member of Parliament Paul Nzangu now wants President William Ruto to honorably resign from office over gross failure to live up to the expectations and the dedicates of the Constitution in protecting the lives of Kenyans. The legislature has challenged the head of state to produce either alive or dead Bernard Kavoli, one of the abducted youths who hails from his constituency, who was abducted in Ngong. Nzangu says it's no longer safe in Kenya, and if the ongoing abductions never end, the country will descend into a lawlessness state as to what is being witnessed in Haiti.
Really claims that the system, his administration does not really know who is doing this abduction. Who is safe? Am I safe? Are you safe? Is the media safe? Also is safe. That means we are living in an unsafe country, and therefore, and of course, where do we then get refuge? If because the government is supposed to protect its citizens by law. So if we are not protected, then where are we going? What country do we have? Do we have a country? Are we going the Haiti way, or what is happening? So the president and the administration, the Kenya Kwanza administration, should own up and tell Kenyans the truth. That is what we want. Before Kenyans then explode, because I'm sure if these things are going to continue in the next 1, 2, 3 months, you know, we are going to have a situation like the Gen Z revolution that we had, that we saw young people occupying parliament and chasing us away. And we don't want to go there, because, you know, it's going to affect the economy, it's going to affect the international image, and that will also not be good for this country.
Scientists in Kenya say they are studying a mealworm native to Africa that can consume and biodegradable plastic. Experts report the mealworm produces enzymes that can help break down the plastic waste.
Evelyn Wamboi and other scientists are busy working at this lab at the International Center for Insect Physiology and Ecology, or ICIPE, in Nairobi. She says they are studying a type of mealworm that can eat and break down plastics.
This insect is going to be of help because we've identified, first, it can consume the plastic, especially the styrofoam, and 2, it has a group of bacteria that is helping in the plastic degradation process.
Wamboi and fellow scientist Crisanta Zimbi Tanga are among 4 ICIPE experts who co-authored a September report in the journal Nature.
The advantage with this insect is that it is native to Kenya and in Africa in general, compared to the other mealworm that has been described in other parts of the world, like the yellow mealworm. And so this makes us to have a home-based solution, and an insect that has adapted to our climatic environment, has been able to survive and strive within the environment.
The UN Environment Programme says plastic pollution is one of the biggest environmental challenges facing the world. There are more than 400 million tons of plastic produced annually, but less than 10% get recycled. The scientists at ICIPE are studying ways to collect the bacteria living in the worm's guts and find out whether they can be used to manage plastic waste.
Those bacteria can be harnessed from the insect, and then we do a scale up of, produce millions and millions of these bacteria that can be used to degrade the polystyrene waste.
But some environmental activists aren't convinced the findings will solve the plastic waste problem.
We've only found insects that only degrade a certain type of plastics, polystyrene, PET, and we have a lot of forms of plastics. So what of the other forms of plastics? And also, once these insects have eaten these plastics, what is the byproduct?
We are not saying that it's a silver bullet, but what we are saying is that it could be an integrated approach in plastic management. You know, if you can bring down plastic degradation by 30 to 50%, that would be a very huge impact in terms of waste management in the continent.
Mutual says the best way to address the plastic problem is to produce less of it.
So you have a lot of problematic and unnecessary plastics like the sachets, the PET bottles, which we really do not need, which is like straws and the rest. We need to cut the production of those ones.
Mutual says Kenya is one of the 34 countries that have banned single-use plastic bags in Africa as the continent continues to grapple with the problem of plastic pollution.
During the first ever season, many tourists, both local and foreign, visit the coastal counties for holidays. Outside the usual white beaches and parks, Kilifi has a new tourist attraction, the Mambrui Sand Dunes. Our reporter Fred Kai tells us more.
Kilometers from Malindi town lies Mambrui village. Here, tourists visit to enjoy the captivating sand dunes. They are the talk of the town. The earliest visitors receiving a briefing at 9 a.m. On this particular day, the K24 team was part of the touring party as the guide took us through the tour. First, we had to dress the party, then off to the famous sand dunes. Naturally, it is love at first for the first-time visitors. The sand dunes are beauty to behold, and the serene nature makes it even more appealing. According to geologists, sand dunes are created when wind or water deposit sand on top of each other until a small mounds start to form. Once that first mound forms, sand keeps piling up. Hassan Sadiq, the chairman of the Mambrui Sand Dunes Youth, was our guide for the day.
Tuko na miaka mitatu tokea to discover these sand dunes na wageni wanakuja wengi. Sikia Mambrui Sand Dunes. So nimekuja kujionea mimi mwenyewe. Na nimeona ni pazuri, sand iko maridadi, huwezi tofautisha na Dubai.
The tourist attraction has created jobs opportunities for the youth here as the number of tourists keeps growing.
Watu wengi sahihi wako hapa na tunafanya shughuli mbalimbali. Kuna wengine wanauza kama grips, maji baridi, njugu. Kama mtu wa bike over 10,000 unatoka nao kwa siku. Inasaidia sana kwa sababu inasaidia home pia.
Sadiq has noted that the place has kept many young men from crime and negative social vice.
Na mipangilio yetu tumeweka usalama thabiti kabisa. Hakuna mgeni ambaye amepeleka ripoti kwa kituo cha polisi kuwa ameporwa mizigo yake. Kusema kweli crime rate imepungua sana, mpaka watu wanakuja wako freely, mtu anaacha vitu kitu kimepotea ama misplace, anauliza guide, simu yangu iko wapi? Simu anaipata.
Though the place is helping the youth and their daily keep, they are not sure about tomorrow because part of the land is privately owned.
Kitu tunaomba serikali ingilie kati, hata kama ni serikali kuchukua hizo territory ili vijana waendelee kufanya kazi, au kuwe na mpango kabambe ili tuweze kufanya hii kazi hapa kwetu.
Kuna makamu official amekuja tayari na huenda huu mwaka kuwa na changes na tujui zile changes zitakuwaje. Sijui watatuendelea kuwa na sisi ama itakuja sasa rule ambao pengine tutaona tumefinywa.
The county director of tourism Mary Kabani assured the youth that the county government has already engaged the landowners with a view of securing a place for the youth.
Karibuni tu tutakuwa na huo mstakabadhi ambao kwamba ni memorandum of understanding ambayo itakuwa ni kama mwongozo wetu ili wale vijana wasione kuwa wako na wasiwasi kuwa wenye mashamba watachukua mashamba yao karibuni, na wenye mashamba pia wasione ya kwamba pengine watapoteza mashamba yao.
Kabani has expressed optimism that the place will create job opportunities for the many youth in the area and beyond.
Baadhi ya wale wenye mashamba wenye tulionana nao wako tayari kuungana na sisi kuhakikisha kwamba yale mashamba pale yamekuwa na economic benefit to hiyo community, na wako tayari kuback up hiyo project ya kuendeleza pale mahali.
Frederick K24, Mambrui, Kilifi County.
Well, and with that report from Frederick Kai, we come to the close of K24 Newscast. Many thanks for joining us. It's always an absolute pleasure having you on board. My name is Bentura Komboka, and our sign language interpreter has been Walter. So do have yourself a good afternoon.
nakoboya bakamarade nyonso na mokili ngai fayates
na lista repêchage ya motema no nabimi kodir nakanisaki evre soki eza ya fo nzambe akoki otiela nzoko monoko
Je jette un mot fort.
Bad breakfast experiences? I get it. Morning Vibe is here to switch it up. An experiential and interactive show to set your vibe just about right. I mean, vibes don't lie. Join me, Remy Majala, every Monday to Thursday from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. right here on K24 TV.
What are you passing through currently in your life? Could it be that you are facing family problems? Perhaps there is no peace in your family, or it's your marriage that it's at the verge of divorce. Maybe it's the addiction or the depression that is making you think that you are no longer important. Do not give up, for there is someone who passed through the same situation you are in now, but he or she overcame by giving God a chance in their lives. Every Sunday at 7:30 a.m. Be sure to join us in our program, I Am Soul Precious, here on K24 TV, and God will give you the direction you need.
Asante kwa kunipigia simu. Simu yako nitaipokea kwa muda usiokuwa mrefu. Je, unajua kuwa wimbo wa taifa wa Kenya ulitokana na wimbo wa Kipokomo, mojawapo ya kabila za pwani nchini Kenya? Wimbo rasmi ulitungwa na Thomas Johnson Kalume.
Ili kuset asante kwa kunipigia kama skiza tune yako, dial star 811 star 622 hash.
The following program is rated PG. Parental guidance is advised for younger viewers.
What are your friends?
Don't worry, the big boys are coming. I will stay loyal to you as I am to Sportybet. I will share my booking codes with you and only you. I will... yes, I will be your hero, your true sporty hero.
Wake up!
Chelsea with the big boys!
Welcome back to City TV as we get ready to watch all of the action from this EFL Cup 4th round tie between Manchester City and Tottenham Hotspur. Pep Guardiola's Blues return to the top of the Premier League at the weekend after Liverpool and Arsenal took a point apiece following City's 1-0 win over Southampton. And after winning the AFL Cup in 4 straight seasons between 2018 and 2021, Guardiola has not come close to winning a 5th edition in the 3 years since. City have failed to progress further than the quarter-finals in the competition they once had a stranglehold on. Today they come up against a Spurs side that will be desperate for a decent cup run, following their manager's insistence at the start of the campaign that he always wins something in his 2nd season. With the league title looking increasingly unlikely for Ange Postecoglou's Spurs, after handing Crystal Palace their first victory of the season at the weekend, knocking City out today will put them just 3 matches away from a trophy both manager and team are desperate to win, following 15 years without silverware in their corner of North London. We shall find out which side books themselves a place in the quarter-finals shortly. But first of all, let's preview the game with all of the build-up, team news and pre-match interviews from the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Let's get in the mood for the game by revisiting some memorable moments for City in the AFL Cup 4th round from down the years.
From Claudio Bravo, this time to his left. Milner gets for 1-2 from Silva, slips it through, Dzeko rounds for goalkeeper, Edin Dzeko makes it 2. Beautifully worked move by Manchester City. Slick passing from James Milner.
Edin Dzeko finished off this team goal to seal City's 2-0 extra-time win over Newcastle in 2013.
Negredo's earlier goal in extra time.
And Masuaku. Dzeko has time. To remain that calm under immediate pressure from Manuel Lanzini.
Zach Steffen remained calm under pressure from Manuel Lanzini to play it out from the back in front of goal.
Lanzini kept his wits about him, kept his poise, just moved the ball on.
Zundiaye, the number 4, they're on loan from Villarreal. Bravo saves! He is quite the penalty stopper. Cody to take. With a long run-up.
Claudio Bravo performed some penalty heroics in 2017 to deny Wolves twice from the spot.
Stuff from Claudio Bravo.
See City through 4-1 in the shootout.
It must be 3, it is, it's a goal for Ferran Torres, his first ever goal as a City player. City suddenly once again breaking Burnley down in a dangerous part of the pitch.
Ferran Torres rounded off the scoring at Turf Moor in 2020 against Burnley with his first goal for the club in a 3-0 win. He gets a corner. Back post, header down! 3-2, Nathan Ake. There was no mistake from Nathan Ake. Kevin De Bruyne plays his part once again. City are all smiles with a 3rd goal. And Kevin De Bruyne's quickly taken corner and cross into the box. Liverpool unawares, leaving Nathan Ake free to head in. Puts City in front again. Pep Guardiola spoke to the press in the build-up to this League Cup contest. The manager has asked for his team to play well and to try to avoid any further injuries to his already depleted squad. With our newly crowned Ballon d'Or winner Rodri out for the rest of the season, and Oscar Bob sidelined until 2025. Kevin De Bruyne, Jeremy Doku, Kyle Walker and Jack Grealish all joined the pair as unavailable for the weekend's victory over Southampton. And none of those players returned today to the City squad. This game is the first in a run of 4 consecutive away fixtures for Pep Guardiola's side before the November international break. They hope to reach that point without any further damage inflicted to the squad. As ever, the boss looks to the academy to help fill out his team for this cup match. 2 starters are James McAtee and Nico O'Reilly. Also on the bench, academy products Wright, Simpson Pusey and Alpha Ruprecht. And there are a few rotations made to the starting 11 as expected. Stefan Ortega starts in goal, and up top, Erling Haaland is relegated to the bench as he's rested at least for the first half. That gets us up to date with the team news, so let's head over to the mix zone now, where the cameras are waiting to pick up the pre-match interviews.
Alan, let's start with Tottenham Hotspur. Very disappointing result at the weekend. Ange made his feelings known. He said it's not about a reaction, it's about sticking to your principles. What are those principles he wants to see from Spurs tonight?
Well, one of the first principles in football is to fight, to match your opponents for that fight, hopefully fight harder than them. And clearly Spurs didn't do that at the weekend. Postecoglou admitted as much, which is never a nice thing for any manager to say. So he'll be getting right into them tonight to make sure, if nothing else, the effort is there.
What is it about consistency that Spurs struggle to find?
If I knew that, I'd be in his chair. And I think he scratches his head at it at the moment because, you know, they've had some very good performances. You look at their attacking stats, they're only second to Manchester City in most of them in the Premier League. So from that point of view, there's a lot right, but their overall game clearly has some imperfections. But this, you know, this could be a tough night to get back on the straight and narrow.
One team that struggles with consistency, one who clearly don't, Manchester City, unbeaten in 14 in all competitions at the start of this season. But tonight they have injury concerns. What Manchester City team do you think we're likely to see here this evening?
I think there'll be a mixture, maybe more senior pros than Pep originally hinted at. They had an under-23 game last night, didn't they? So some of those boys won't be available. But he's got enough senior lads to have a little mix with the likes of James McAtee, perhaps, and 1 or 2 others that are on the fringes. And if you're on the fringes at Manchester City, whether you're 16, 17, 18, you're a good player. So it could be used as a useful bit of experience for them. But Postecoglou tried some changes, didn't he, at Fulham last season, and it backfired on him. For Manchester City, you just sense there's less chance of that happening.
It's a trophy that Manchester City has won 4 times with Pep Guardiola in charge. He has suggested, though, he's not going to expend too much energy on this competition this season. Is that a bit of kidology? Is this still a trophy he wants to win?
I think so, yeah. It's probably 4th in the list of priorities, and that's a luxurious position to be able to adopt. But he can adopt it, of course he can. And that's why probably, I mean, I might be completely wrong here, but he's more likely to rotate and put some younger lads in than Postecoglou is.
The Ballon d'Or, France football, is...
Rodri!
Rodri's he can just do things other players can't.
Rodri doing what he does so well.
It's kind of a balance between both defensive and offensive. I always wanted to play that position.
You speak to the players who play with him and they are just saying he is the best midfielder in the world right now.
Lost for words, he can do everything. I don't see a weakness to his game.
Taking the top prize in
the ball.
Paris.
It's a great ball from Rodri. Manchester City have won the UEFA Super Cup.
Rodri in to steal it back.
How many times do you see him do that, Rodri?
Rodri is the most important player in the Premier League for any team.
Oh, that is beautiful. He just mazed his way into the edge of the penalty area. He didn't smack it, he caressed it. The best team in the land in all the world. He has a habit of of scoring precious goals for the club, and he may well have scored yet another one.
It's over. Spain have won the Euros. Here comes Rodri, the best player of the tournament.
Everything about him in this tournament was just spot on.
He was playing the level that he has playing for many, many years. He's an extraordinary holding midfielder.
Now it's time to get this EFL Cup 4th round underway. Manchester City travel to Tottenham Hotspur.
What are your friends?
Don't worry, the big boys are coming. I will stay loyal to you as I am to Sportybet. I will share my booking codes with you and only you. I will... yes, I will be your hero, your true sporty hero.
Wake up!
Chelsea with the big boys!
Manchester City look to book a place in the quarter-finals of the League Cup as they travel today to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in London. They take on fellow Premier League side Tottenham Hotspur, and they will look to get the better of them today as part of a run of away fixtures for the Blues. First it's Spurs, then it's Bournemouth, then Sporting Club de Portugal, then Brighton across 3 competitions. The focus today, though, is on the League Cup, a trophy that City previously had made all their own the last 3 years.